Sri Ramakrishna, he even practiced Christianity and Islam and said they lead to the same destination. How can this be true as their perception of spiritual living is vastly different from the Hindu pathway?
Yes.
Like heaven and hell in contrast to reincarnation.
You see, one of the features about Sri Ramakrishna is, first of all, the reason why I love him is another reason why it's a comprehensive vision of Hinduism. Every avatar would promote, say, Vaishnavism or Shaivism, etc. This individual came, first of all, to see if there's a reconciliation between different pathways the Hindus have adopted to make spiritual progress. So he tried Vaishnava tradition, he tried the Shaiva tradition, the Shakta tradition. He tried every aspect of every different pathways making spiritual progress within Hinduism. And the wonderful thing is he's such a powerful, dynamic personality. He was successful in every pathway tried. So he said all these pathways lead to the same destination. So far so good. Only reconcile the Hindu vision. He said no, he's a greedy fellow. He said no, I want to see if this perception that I have about ultimate reality can be checked out using other religious traditions. And this is a fantastic thing. First time an individual is not able to verify various Hindu movements and reconcile them. He said, I want to try various religions. And the two religions he tried out is Christianity and Islam. These are the two major religions. He said, let me try Christianity, see if it takes me to the same destination. Let me try Islam as well, whether it takes me to the same destination. And he succeeded. And this is, he said, ultimate reality that I experience is same whether I'm using Christianity, Islam or Hindu, any of the Hindu movements. Now people say, Mr. Lakhani, but that is a bit weird because you see the theology of Christianity or Islam is this two life scenario. This life and the everlasting life as in heaven or hell. So how can this nothing with reincarnation of Hindus? So how can you say they are same? He never said they are same. He said they lead me to the same destination. You say, but how can you, Mr. Lakhani, how do you reconcile? This is how reconcile. If a person is genuinely spiritually oriented, he will basically talk about the spiritual experience he had. The doctrines that surround that spiritual experience are kind of produced by theologians, not by the master. The theologians get round and say, oh, this is what he meant. So even this idea of two-life scenario you see in Christianity was something that Christ didn't promote, but the theologians who are kind of, the father of Christianity said, okay, this is the best way to keep our flock in line so they don't jump, they don't sit on the fence. Be careful, either heaven or hell, carrot and stick, so let's plug it in. So the theologians in all these Abrahamic traditions have put in their own version regarding the spiritual experience of their master. The masters are right. Ramakrishna has tried out and it works. But the theology that goes around with these various kind of religions are seriously flawed. I'm saying it bluntly flawed. Even within certain Hindu movements, some of the theology that goes with it is flawed. And yet the masters who kind of, whether it's Ramanujacharya or Shankaracharya, the destination is the same. That is why this wonderful reconciliation we see with Sri Ramakrishna gives dignity and acceptability to all world tradition, not only Hindu traditions, in the genuine manner. He said, I see the same, at the final level, I see the same destination. You see, because when I talk about pluralism, it's many ways to be spiritual, including many different religious pathways. People say, Mr. Lakhani, how do you know? Because maybe this is called relativism, means anything goes, you're promoting anything goes. We never said that, because the destination is same. Who says it? Any textbook? No. One individual. In the history of humanity, there's only one individual who claims, not just because you read a book, he's negotiating their theology, he's actually experienced that the final level that he reaches when he uses any of the pathways is the same. Because one kind of challenge they throw in my face is this. Could we use this example in pluralism, saying that it's like climbing up the mountain using different pathways. So Christianity goes one way up, Islam goes the other way up, Hinduism goes the other way up. So they say maybe it's using different pathways to go to the top of the mountain. But the challenge I get, and I love this kind of challenges from the atheists and from people who want to target me, they say, Mr. Lakhani, how do you know it's the same mountain they're climbing? Maybe they're climbing different mountains. What's the proof? It's a very serious challenge. The only proof, the only way it's the same mountain is this one man in the history of humanity saying the same mountain is Ramakrishna. So he, in a way, gives rubber stamp to the idea of pluralism. No other prophet, ancient or modern, comes anywhere near giving this a wonderful way of reconciling various religious pathways of Hindus as well as other pathways used by other prophets. First person in the history of humanity. That's why I told you, it's Avatara Varishthai.
So how can we be sure that we are all going on the same mountain, or
different mountains.
Different mount.
No, we can, unless you become Ramakrishna, you can't verify it. The only person who is given this rubber stamp is the same mountain, is Ramakrishna. Because theologically or intellectually, you can say, no, they are different mountains. How do you know? They seem to be talking a different thing altogether. But the only person who can say, no, same mountain, I'm telling you, even though they say this is the scenario, the destination is the same, is this Ramakrishna.
Once you said that when you go higher and you see people of other tradition, you feel more affinity with them.
Correct.
Is that a proof?
Yes, that's the proof. Wonderful thing is this. I said it at one of these Christian meetings. They said, Mr. Lakan, tell us about pluralism. I said, one of the beautiful kind of examples I can use, this is not Ramakrishna, this is me, a little tiddler. I said, one of the tiddler example is this. Suppose you're in a circle and you're trying to reach the center. And, when you compare our directions of reaching the center, all the directions are different. You think plural, this means relativism. Anything goes. All of us will have different directions to follow to reach the center. So even though we're using different compasses, different ways to reach the center, the result is going to be the same center. But you say, how can you be sure? And one of the beautiful things I just made up, just for fun. I said, if you are sincere about your own tradition and progress towards center promoted by your tradition, and somebody next to you is also using his own prescription, different direction to reach the center, as we get closer to the center, somehow, by natural, we feel affinity for each other. We don't feel like, and no, it is using different angle. We just feel comfortable with it. We just come closer together as we reach the center. While if we move away from the center, we are at loggerheads with people sitting next to us. This is the proof of, in a way, lovely way of saying, this is an intellectual gymnastic to suggest the same destination. But with Ramakrishna, it's not intellectual gymnastic, it's experience, it's a genuine experience.